There's a popular joke that says that if you live in the pipeline area of Nairobi, you can easily forget where your house is. So, why is it so? In today's video, I want us to explore the pipeline area or estate of Nairobi, which is a residential area in Nairobi. So hello guys, welcome back to Being Moligen, where we are going to be exploring the pipeline area of Nairobi in this video. And to begin with, the pipeline is located in the eastern part of Nairobi. It gets its name from the petroleum pipeline that runs through it, that is underground, and also as a result of the Kenya Pipeline staff residential houses that you are seeing right now that are also in the area. Generally, pipeline is very congested and it is characterized by these tall buildings that have mushroomed in this area. They're very tall buildings with the houses that are mostly single rooms, 2 bed sitters, and a few 1 bedrooms. This has been led by the demand for houses because this area is highly congested and there's so many people living in this area. So the houses that are this kind of, these tall houses have really been made. And there are so many and the population is very high. The high population in the area has led to the many or mushrooming of many small businesses that are run in this area. A lot of small businesses are run in this area because the population is very high, as I've said. So there is demand for almost everything. There is demand for household items, clothing, and stuff like that. So the population here mostly works for the Indian or the Asian community that owns the businesses in the industrial area that is so close to the pipeline area. So it is an area that it is not so far from the industries around, which has led the population to be exposed to things like pollution, noise, and stuff like that, as there are so many industries that are not so far from the area where these people go and work at as a source of a living, to earn a living. And the industries are mostly owned by the Indian guys or the Asian community. Means of transport is mostly public vehicles that are matatus or buses that people use as a means of transport to go to town or to different places in the city, which is as you can see, I'm right inside one of the public transport means. I'm right inside a bus. This is also supplemented by trains, as evidenced by this railway line that you see here. This is also supplemented by trains. So these trains come in the morning and in the evening. They pick people at exactly 7. As you can see, there's a railway line there passing through the industrial area that is next to the pipeline, and also another one I've just shown you right inside the pipeline area. And also here there's also another railway line. So this one also provides a cheap source of transport, and also it is convenient as it is not affected by traffic. It is very common to meet street food like this. Like right now, I just want to enjoy some mutura. This is also known as the Kenyan kebab. So it is very common to come across street food where people just buy some food or some munchies to make them feel a bit full as they wait for dinner at home or in their houses. So let me enjoy some mutura. Very nice, very nice, very sweet. So street food vending is very common where people sell foods on the streets, and also some ready-made food also. Here is also some fruits. When you cannot afford a full pineapple or a full fruit, you can always buy a piece of a fruit. The goal is to make us stay healthy. So if you can't afford a full pineapple, why not buy a piece of a pineapple and eat? Like I'm just enjoying some pineapple here. And that is very common in Pipeline area. Buying food on the streets is very common. Some are ready to eat, some are just fruits, some are just snacks. Businesses commonly here are household items, clothing, shoes, and food. If you open any business of that nature, you are likely to win, or you are likely to make it in your business, because the population here is very high, and that kind of business of course will supply the demand that comes with this high population. So those kind of businesses are very common along the streets of Pipeline. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for watching this video up to this point. Kindly leave me a sweet comment, kindly give me a thumbs up, and share this video. Now, the reason as to why it is said that you can easily forget where your house is when you live in Pipeline is because the buildings are almost the same. They're always tall. They're tall, and almost all of them end up either 8th or 9th floor. And then the houses are the same. The streets look the same, and all the streets are always busy. So you can easily forget which street you live in. You can easily forget which building it is that your house is in. And yeah, that is why it is said that you can easily forget where your house is when you live in the Pipeline area of Nairobi. Shylock business is very common in the Pipeline area, like this one. And this is the kind of a business where people bring their household items to ask or to borrow some money in exchange for household items as security for being given the money. But unfortunately, the rates of paying the loan are usually very high, which usually makes most people to lose their household items to the Shylock, who later sell these products to people at very high prices, because the people that will buy these items also buy them in installments, because most of the time they can't afford to buy them at once. So they buy these items on installments and pay very high prices. Now, believe it or not, these are pipes carrying clean water to these buildings. This water is also used for drinking by most people, but as you can see, these pipes are passing through stormwater drainage, or drainage that has been made to carry away rainwater. But as you can see, the drainages are poorly maintained, and this makes it obvious that the water for drinking or cooking, the quality of water for drinking and cooking in this area is absolutely compromised and is not as safe as it should be. There is also evidence of poor management of waste, and people here, this is a waste collection area, what is supposed to be called a transfer area for those who know about waste management. So this is a waste transfer area, but naturally there is crude dumping of waste in the Pipeline area of Nairobi. There is absolutely crude waste dumping. It is also very easy to come across this ready-made food. This is beans or maize that have been boiled, that you just carry and just go and make a stew, and you're good to go. There are these through passes that are called bypasses here in the Pipeline. there are passes, there are places that people pass through buildings, or an arcade. An arcade is usually a building that has residential houses at the top, and at the bottom are business houses, but there's a through pass or a through way. So this is very common here in the pipeline area, where people pass through one building or from one street to another. This, like right now, I'm going through one bypass that have taken me from one street, and I'm now heading to the next street. And as you can see, the ground floor of these buildings are made of business rooms or houses where people are carrying out businesses. So yeah, here we are in the next street, just like that, through that building. Now, another common feature or characteristic of life in the pipeline is the fact that there is poor drainage of water or poor drainage of rainwater. As you can see, this place is very muddy, and this is very common in all streets that don't have a tarmac road. It is very common to find this mud all over and even stagnant water as a result of rain, as sometimes when it rains, the water has nowhere to go. So it stays there until it dries up. And this is usually a mess, especially when it rains continuously for a number of days or weeks. The stagnant water can really cause waterborne diseases and water-related diseases like diarrhea and malaria. And you can see also people are crudely dumping waste even in the streets. Basically, they don't care. As long as they're alive, there's so many things to worry about in a pipeline that waste management is not even a problem. They don't even think about that. Now, I want to go through this is another building. As you can see, the top part is residential units, and at the bottom we have, on the ground floor, we have business premises, and also there is a bypass just like the other one. So I want to go through this bypass to the next street, and just like that, I've gotten to the next street through the bypass. Now look at this. This is a total mess. This is like a dumping area or a dumping site. Trust me, this is somebody's piece of land that is lying bare, and people are now misusing it by dumping their waste carelessly. And that water tank that you see there at the corner, trust you me, that water tank holds clean drinking water. That is because most of these houses have salty water. The water supplied to most of these houses or buildings is salty. So some people opt to buy fresh water for drinking, but just look at the condition under which this water tank has been kept or where it is. So let me just go to the other side or the front part so that you can see clearly. So there's a school there. Also, schools are very common, also of course, to serve the demand for education, and there's also very large population. Now this is a tank carrying water, and look at the conditions. These water pipes are even tied with the rubber bands, which means there is some form of leakage. And always know, when there is leakage in pipes, the way water seeps out is the same way water seeps in. So which means the water is contaminated. But here are people buying this water to go to the houses for drinking because it is fresh water, unlike the salty water supplied in the houses. And some people just drink the salty water, but you have seen the pipes through which the water gets to the houses. So up to now, I hope you have liked this video. Give it a thumbs up. Give me your thoughts in the comment section, and also tell me what you think of pipeline as an area for living. Now I want to get into one of these buildings and also show you how life is in these buildings. But if I did that today, this video was going to be very long, and of course it was going to end up being boring. So catch me in the next video where I'll be showing you the characteristics of life inside these buildings. So up to now, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. If you have not liked the video yet, kindly give it a thumbs up, leave me a sweet comment, and if possible, share this video with your loved ones, your family and friends, and let them know what is happening here in the pipeline area of Nairobi. Until I meet you in the next video, stay blessed. Bye bye.